Well, I'm running out of batteries, but I feel like I'm on a roll. We're going to hit Chapter 2 Review 2.1 Steam Systems. Uh, this is for artistic and educational purpose only. Dive right in. Steam that has lost its heat and is turned back into water is called what? Return steam, exhaust steam, condensate, or reclaimed steam. Um, Steam that has lost its heat and is turned back into water is called condensate. Next question. Blank are used for steam loads that require dry steam heat. Is it automatic non-return valves, pressure reducing stations, superheaters, or desuperheaters? The answer is superheaters are used for steam loads that require dry steam. Next question. As steam is produced, its pressure is controlled, and blank valves protect the boiler if the pressure control fails. What type of valves? Check valves, safety valves, feedwater valves, main steam stop valves. As steam is produced, um, its pressure is controlled, and C, safety valves protect the boiler if the pressure controls fail. Safety valves. A blank can be installed at the point of use to reduce the steam pressure to the pressure needed for the load. Is this a condensate return line? Is this a steam trap, a check valve, or a pressure reducing station? This would be a pressure reducing station. A pressure reducing station can be installed at the point of use to reduce the steam pressure to the needed load. A blank is used to send condensate back to the condensate return. A check valve, a load, a pressure reducing station, or a steam trap. And the answer is steam trap. Each steam load device has one or more blank valves that allow the load device to be taken out of service for repairs. So is that a safety check valve? Is that an isolation valve? Is that a separator valve? Is that a gate valve? The answer is isolation. Devices need to have one or more isolation valves to allow the load device to be taken out of service for repair or maintenance. A blank is used when multiple boilers are in battery. A scrubber, an isolation valve, a separator, or a steam header. A steam header is used when multiple boilers are in battery. Chapter 2.2 Feedwater systems. It takes how many pounds of water to produce 1 pound of steam? Is it half a pound, 0.9 pounds, 1.1 pounds, or is it 1 pound of water to produce 1 pound of steam? The answer is 1 pound of water to produce 1 pound of steam. A deaerator tank is located above the feedwater pumps so that the water is supplied to the pumps at a blank. Is this at a lower temperature with condensate, at a negative pressure, or at a positive pressure? And the answer is a deaerator tank is located above the feedwater pumps so that the water is supplied to the pumps at a positive pressure. In the deaerator tank, non-condensable gases are separated and directed to the atmosphere through a check valve, a drain valve, a steam trap, or a vent. In the deaerator tank, non-condensable gases are separated and directed to the atmosphere through a vent. The answer is vent. Feed water can be pumped through a blank where it is heated to a relatively high temperature by the gases of combustion. Is the answer condensate tank, surge tank, closed feed water heater, or deaerator? A feed water can be pumped through a closed feed water heater where it is heated to a relatively high temperature by the gases of combustion. So the answer is closed feed water heater. In the deaerator tank, a blank to add makeup water to the deaerator tank to compensate for the condensate loss is called a transfer pump operating, suction valves open, vents open, or float opens to a feed valve. In the deaerator tank, a float opens a feed valve to add makeup water to the deaerator tank to compensate for the condensation that might be lost. A shutoff valve is used when the deaerator becomes waterlogged, water is lost, cleaning the boiler, or making repairs. A shutoff valve is used when making repairs. A stop valve and check valve are located on the blank line. A stop valve and check valve are located on the blank line. Feed water line. The stop valve and check water valve are going to be located on the feed water line. And last question for this video on larger water tube boilers. On larger water tube boilers, a blank can heat the feed water by using gases of combustion before the feed water enters the boiler. Is this called a preheater, a electric coil, a smaller furnace, or an economizer? And the answer is, on larger water tube boilers, an economizer can heat the feed water by using gases of combustion before the feed water enters the boiler. Let's keep this little section short and sweet. Thanks for joining. Like, subscribe, share. Throw me some Bitcoin or Ethereum if you want to support the content. Hope this helps you guys get through your test and maybe download some of this knowledge. Have a positive and productive day. Thanks for joining me, and this is for educational purposes only. I'm out.